All right. Good evening, or good still afternoon here yet. It's 4:24 Central Time, and welcome here to the Groton Area Arena as part of a doubleheader here on GDILab.com. Vermillion Tanagers. Did you know they're a red bird?
I am impressed you knew that, Paul. Like I said, I had to look that up. I'm not that smart.
All right. Hey, we got Rich Bosma over here. He's doing the wonderful play-by-play here tonight here on GDILab.com. So he's been a godsend to us this year. We really appreciate you a lot.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been a blast. Enjoyed every minute of it. Well, except the West Central game.
All right. Well, we got about 3 minutes before we start the introductions, and we got, I think, Kinsley Rowan's going to be singing the national anthem. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we can learn a little bit about Vermillion. They're 2-2 on the season, Paul, coming in with wins over Ponca, P-O-N-C-A, Nebraska. I don't know what it is. Anyways, it's somewhere in Nebraska. And then Sergeant Bluff, Lufton, Iowa. They won those two games. They lost their first game at Canton, but then lost their second game at West Central by only 3. And we remember the West Central girls beat us by 21.
So in other words, in South Dakota, they're 0-2.
They're 0-2 in South Dakota. They're beating up on all the Iowa and Nebraska teams, which isn't surprising.
So hopefully we can make them 0-3 today in South Dakota.
That'd be ideal for them. They're really kind of a younger team. They start 4 sophomores and a junior, and their first girl off their bench is an 8th grader. So, they're kind of going through their lumps. They're growing pains, and the lumps are taking their lumps right now. But their best player averages about 32 a game.
Don't you?
Yeah, she's pretty impressive. That would be Taylor Ruvers, and she's one game the coach said they scored 61 and she had 44 of them. So
if we could stop her, we should have it made.
Right, and I know he said they struggle a little bit on getting the ball up the court, which is kind of encouraging for us the way Groton likes to press. So I imagine Matt Locke is aware of that, and he plans on coming up with the plan on putting some pressure on her. So they're on Region 4, and Region 4 is, we're going to talk about that, and the boys is the same way. There's some good teams in there. You got Sioux Falls Christian, you got Lennox, you got obviously Vermillion, and then Dakota Valley. Those are 4 really good girls basketball teams and really good boys basketball teams. Of course, only 2 ought to come out of that and make it to the Sweet 16. You're going to have 2 really good teams staying home for that.
Yeah.
So. And then, of course, your Groton Tigers coming in 3-2. They're in Region 1. Losses at home to Hamlin, at West Central, and then wins over on the road at Sisson, on the road at Redfield, and then in the Barnett Center. Last Tuesday they played in the Barnett Center against Lemon, beat a really good Lemon team. So it's going to be exciting for them tonight. They should be a good matchup. It is a good matchup for the Groton girls for sure. So, and they did not play last year. At least I don't believe they did. At least when I look back at the games, I did not see that they had played last year. And kind of interesting because the girls' bus broke down, as we talked about, Paul, on the way up here. The boys had to turn around and go get them. They called their athletic director, Jason Huska, who is the one I told you I played college baseball with, and not surprisingly, he had no desire to come and give them a ride. So he just told the boys, turn around and go get him, and I'm not coming to Aberdeen tonight. I told him he could stay at my house if he wanted to, and I think
didn't bite.
Yeah, he knew that would be a long. He's probably listening tonight, so I kind of got to be nice to him. But
that's a long trip.
That is a long trip, and I told him last year when we went down there, I said, yeah, I wish you guys were closer. It's not so bad until you get to Sioux Falls and realize you still got an hour left.
All right.
At this time, we ask you to stand if you are able. Remove your caps as we pay honor to America with the singing of our national anthem. Veterans in active duty military, not in uniform, may salute the flag. Singing the anthem will be Groton Area 6th grader Roland Hanson.
Nice.
Okay, that was a Rowan, but let me see ones here. Is it McKenzie Rowan? I think.
Fantastic job.
What's that? Rowan Hansen? Oh, Rowan Hansen.
Yeah, beautiful job.
Okay, it is Rowan Hansen did the national anthem. Okay.
She did a great job. You know, Emery was holding the mic, and Mike likes to sing the national anthem. And I was hoping he didn't sing, and we picked up his voice too. Fortunately, he refrained from singing. It would have really kind of put a damper on that national anthem. Well, let's get to the starting lineups tonight for Vermillion. The Tanagers, as I said, come in 2-2 out of Region 4. They start at sophomore guard, number 2, Izzy Richardson. At another guard, they start number 10, Alexis Hansen, who's a 5'10 sophomore. At the third guard is number 11, Taylor Ruvers. She's a 5'5 sophomore and their best player. And then at one of the forwards is a 5'10 sophomore, number 22, Shellen Hinseth. And then the other starter is listed as a center at 6'1", Callie Schultz. She's a junior. First girl off the bench for them will be an 8th grader, Tessa Nelson. She is a 5'7", as I said, 8th grader. So the Tanagers coached by John Brooks, assisted by Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson, and Gage Polmeyer. Don't know if I have enough chairs down there with all the assistant coaches, but you know, that's they're coming in, and like I said, they're 4 sophomores and a junior. First girl off the bench, an 8th grader, a young team. They're taking their lumps. The coach knows he's going to have that this year, and it's all about building and building and building. And you know, when you check their roster, they got 3 girls on the roster that are seniors. So you know, but they don't play considerable minutes, so it's going to be interesting to watch tonight how the Tigers do. They're going to start the normal lineup tonight. McKenna Teets, 5'5 junior at one guard. Jerica Locke, a 5'5 senior at the other guard. Jaden Penning, one of the forwards, a 5'7 senior. The other forward is Tevin Hansen, is Taryn Traphagen, a 6' junior. And the other the center or forward, she kind of plays post, is 5'10 Riley Dunker. She had a great game against Lemon, 11 points, 12 rebounds. So the Tigers are going to need to use their press tonight, get some pressure. Coach Brooks said that they kind of struggle a little bit with that. So we'll see how they handle it tonight. Of course, the Tigers coached by Matt Locke and assisted by Trent Traphagen and Justin Hansen. Officials tonight, Greg DeSpiegler, Scott Whitlock, and Eric Donut. Eric Donut, I played high school basketball with Paul. You'll be happy to know the only guy in the Aberdeen Central history of the program that I could jump higher than. Eric Donut. DeSpiegler will tip it off. And the tip goes to the Tanagers. And here they come. This with the basketball is Ruvers. She's their best player. She's going one-on-one with Locke. Going double high screen. Goes right around Dunker, kicks it back out. Gets it in the corner. Here's a 3-point shot for Richardson. Short. Offensive rebound by Richardson. Gets it back. And here's Ruvers driving in. Has the ball. Shoots a 3. And no good. And the rebound comes to Teets, and she goes to break. See, she gets it all the way. She looks, gets it all the way. Can't get it to go. Followed by Traphagen. Kicks it out. Locke over to Penning for 3. Looks like it's going to be short. Rebound Dunker. No, it comes out with Teets. Teets gets it back out and saved by Locke, and we'll get it set up. New 35 for the Tigers. Looks like a 1-2-2 extended, maybe 1-3-1 zone. They might try to trap out of it. They're attacking it right. 2 up top into the corner. You want that diagonal pass if you can get it. Here goes Traphagen, baseline. Nice pass inside to Penning. Goes up, no call, it goes out of bounds. Going to stay with Tigers. Nice pass inside by Taryn Traphagen to Jaden Penning. Good defense by the Tanagers. Tigers inbounds under their own basket. Locke will throw it in. Screen by Penning. She gets the ball, 15-footer, pops it, and got it. Jaden Penning, nice little set the screen. Drop out to the elbow and hit the shot. Here comes the press. Oh, they're going to back off it. Ruvers bringing it across. She's getting offers from all over, their coach said, and she goes right around Locke. Pulls up for a little 10-footer. No good. Rebound, Dunker. And she's going, looking to push. Gets it up to Locke. Locke in the lane to Penning. Oh, couldn't quite get it. Offer saved by Locke on the baseline. Went right off Jaden's face, it looked like. And Locke will set it up again. Kicks it over to Teets. Teets. Penetrate and kick. That's what you need to do. Right there's Traphagen over on the left side. She crosses over. Takes Richardson down. Nothing there. Gets it back out to Teets. Inside. Penning. Nice little 10-footer. In and out. No good. And that's a rebound to Shellen Hinseth. And the Tanagers come back with Ruvers. She got it, gets a high screen, pulls up a deep three, and boy, that looked like that was going in, Paul. No good. And loose ball, and Locke comes away with it.
Run and gun.
Yes, here we go the other way. Traphagen with it. She's going to pull, fakes the three, drives in. Nice drive, and gets a foul. Nope, they call travel on her. Good drive in by Taryn. Had a great shot fake, and Vermillion will get the ball. I think the plan is not to foul, not to do full court press when Ruvers has the ball. She's such a good ball handler. You know, at 5'5", you know, yeah, you kind of got to be pretty quick if you're bringing the ball up. Here's a nice pass back. Here's a three-point shot for Hansen, and she knocks it down. That's got to make Coach Brooks happy to see somebody else stepping up early for the Tanagers. They lead 3-2 early on. Locke brings it, looking to get it across. Halfway, oh, stolen by Ruvers there. She goes up right in, puts it in right over McKenna Teets, and she's going to the line to chance to convert a three-point play. You can tell she uses her body well and just knows how to score. McKenna Teets with their first, team first. And the Tanagers up 5-2 early. Mentioned that one game she had 61 points. The coach said she had 44 of them. Shot is short, rebound Traphagen. Nice box out by the Tigers that time. Here comes Locke down the right side. She's looking to go right around Richardson. Pulls it back to Traphagen. She's going to shoot the three. Off back rim, hit the top of the wire. Boy, that looked like that was going in, Paul. From our angle, that's right from our angle, straight on.
1 out of 5 shooting.
You always say you don't want to miss to the right or left. You miss straight on, at least you know your shot's going straight. And that one looked like she was shooting that straight on. Now we're going to get a little full court press on Ruvers. Well, just to inbounds it and then to back it off. 5-2 early going, 5 minutes left in the first. Vermillion leads Groton. Lady Tigers looking to, we're doing a good job on the high screen and roll. Here's a kick out to Richardson. She passes up the three, drives baseline, and double dribbled.
First turnover for Vermillion.
And the Tigers will inbounds. Teets will inbound it. Gets it in a lock, and it's going to be a little 1-3-1, little more four-court press here. Really my 3/4 more than anything. Teets going to dribble right into the trap. That's probably not what has to happen, and Ruvers steals it from her. One-on-one with Locke, and blocked by Traphagen. Oh, what a block by Taryn. Tell you what, Ruvers went around, tried to draw the foul on Locke, and Jerica played it smart and just let her go, and she put it up, and Taryn came and sent it out. Nice job by Taryn Traphagen. Tanagers inbounds under their own basket, gets it in. Here's Hansen. She's got 1-3 going on Dunker. Shoots up a wild shot. No good. And Riley rips the ball away. Nice job by Riley. And then here's Ruvers stealing it back. She's going to shoot that three guaranteed. In and out. No good. And Penning and, oh, nice hustle that time by number 22. That was Hinseth getting the putback. Took it away from Penning, and it's 7-2 Vermillion. Here's a cross-court pass to Locke. She brings it down. You need to make them pay right now. And here's Teets. And she drives. You're going to get a three. Oh, traveled that time. Taryn did. That would have been a good time for her to shoot that three. But, you know, I think Coach Locke will be happy with that because he's talked to her a lot about drive, drive, drive. Attack the basket, attack the basket. And Taryn doesn't want to just be a one-dimensional player where all you do is shoot his three. She's so good at driving the basket. And, you know, it's one of the things you take early on because the more she does it, the better she'll get at it. Tanagers back the other way. Here's Richardson driving in, open 10-footer. Off the back rim and in and out, no good. A rebound Dunker. It's her third for the game already. She had 12 in the game against Lemon. Pass up a little too far off the hands of Jerica Locke, and we'll go the other way.
5th turnover in the Tigers.
Oh, no, I didn't think that. I thought it'd be more Vermillion might be having a trouble with the pressure. Into the game for the Tanagers is number 33, Marazia Warren. She's a 5'8 senior. And Ruvers brings it down. Gets a high screen. Dunker helps out. Nice job. Boy, what a pull-up by that girl pass. Yeah, and here's a bad pass, and it's going to be a turnover for Vermillion and over and back. Yep. Well, Greg DeSpiegler is one of the referees. He did not have a very good angle at that, but we got a very experienced crew tonight. Unfortunately, Derek Dono's on the other side, and he saw it, and they communicated very well. This is a lot of years, a lot of state tournaments with these three referees tonight. One of the best crews we're going to have all year. Locke with the ball. She drives, gets it into Penning. We're going to have another jump ball here, and it's going to stay with the Tigers. Vermillion, a scrappy team. You know you got to be if you're going to stay with a team like West Central. And we got a timeout coming. 30-second timeout by Groton. They're going to talk about it. Not happy with the offense in the early going.
We'll be right back.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Back here, Paul, you got any stats for us early on? Or
Well, the fact that we got 5 turnovers and they have 2 is not speaking. Well, we need to improve on that.
Yeah, definitely, especially if we're going to stay in this game. Tigers will inbounds under their own basket. Jericho inbounds it. Same play as earlier. Here's an inbound. Oh, they curl around. Here's Dunker, a little 5-footer, and just off the rim, no good.
And we're 1 out of 6 shooting.
Warren with the rebound. Good looks, though. That was a good look for Riley. Penning had one earlier, too, just rimmed off. Here's Hinseth dribbling it over. Gets it out to Hansen. Hansen gets it to Roovers. Riley Dunker helping. Ooh, very good help by Riley that time, but boy, she can just handle the ball so well. Just the crossover, the stop and start, hesitation dribble. Tried to get a pass through and was kicked by Jaden Penning. And Vermillion will maintain possession, 15 on the shot clock. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Vermillion up 7-2. I think it's Richardson inbounding right to Roovers. She's got lock on her, one of the best defensive players in the state. She had a number on West Central's best player. Here's number 10, Hansen. She already has a 3. Driving in, nothing there. She got to shoot it up. Wild shot clock violation that time for the Tanagers. I believe that was number 15. That was the 8th grader, Tessa Nilsson, in the game. And was forced to shoot it up, and it's kind of what you got to do. Tigers inbounded after getting the shot clock violation and get it across. Much better job against that 1-3-1. Ooh, dangerous pass there. Here's Teets driving in. Kicks it out. Boy, Jerica needs this one to go. And no good, but right underneath. Riley Dunker, 4th rebound, right place, right time, puts it back. Tigers cut the lead to 3. Riley just lined up right where you should be. Ooh, that could have been an offensive foul that time with the open hand on Roovers. Then she goes right by and puts it in. Jerica Locke was kind of on her, and she just didn't really create much separation. But Jerica brings it across. And the Tigers got to get it across. Got 2 to get it across, and they do. And here comes the trap into the corner. Penning has it. Tigers need to cut to the ball. There, the great cross-court pass that time. Here's Jerica Locke taking it in and gets fouled. I believe that foul is going to be on Marazia Warren. That'll be her first foul, I think. First team foul for Vermillion. Jerica Locke will be shooting 2. First one on its way. Off the back rim, no good. Richardson back in the game. Nope, she's gonna be coming to the game. She's gonna be joined by Kella Tracy. She's come in for Jerica.
Oh, lane violation. They get 2 shots again.
Oh, hey, all right. Like I said, you're not gonna get through much with the coach is talking to Derek Donut. You're not gonna get much on these referees tonight.
Jesselyn actually caught that for us.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of experience with all 3 of the referees, and the good thing about them is you can really talk to them as a coach, and they have a lot of patience. Been around the block a lot. Not to say they're old, although Donut is. All right, second shot on its way and good. As I mentioned, Eric Donut, former teammate of mine. I'm not making fun of the refs tonight. Tigers down 9-6 after the made foul shots. Oh, nice move by Roovers that time on Tracy. Here goes Richardson in. Nice little pull-up, up and in. Izzy Richardson, 5'5" sophomore, puts it in and gives the Tanagers. Gets that lead back to 5 for him, 11-6. Jerica Locke picks her dribble up. Here's Traphagen, back to Locke. Good ball movement. That's how you get past this press. And the Tigers break it easily. Now, you got 24. Nice cross-court pass. Oh, tipped by Penning, saved by Dunker, but right into the hands of Hansen, and the Tanagers come back. Roovers bringing it down on the far side. She's going to pull up for about a 30-footer off the front rim. No good, but boy, it's a good-looking shot. And here comes Locke with 58 seconds. One-on-one with Roovers. Roovers, pretty good defensive player, too. Penning inside to Dunker. Dunker kicks it out to Traphagen. Here's that was Sydney Locke or Jerica Locke for 3. The rebound by Kella Tracy, but she falls over and is called for a travel. Mia Crank in the game for Riley Dunker. Riley very active early on again, just like she was against Lemon. Inbounds to Roovers, and here come the Tanagers with 42 seconds left. Kella Tracy checking her. Off this double screen. Great help by Penning, but she just kind of little hip check that time. And Roovers is really good once she feels the contact to really kind of sell it a little bit and got Jaden with the foul that time. We're going to see that in the varsity game too with their best player. Trey Hansen does the exact same thing. Some players, it's just a knack. It's tough to teach. But that's a big foul because now they can hold for one, Vermillion, and Roovers has the ball one-on-one to Tracy. And again, she can dribble this out as long as she wants. No 5-second call on the dribble. Tigers might be well served to come with a double team and get the ball out of her hands and make somebody else shoot the shot. She's going to go one-on-one. You got to try to make her go left, but she can come back to her right too. Here she goes. 8 on the clock. Pulls up with the three-pointer off the rim. No good. Rebound. Penny. Nice job. She gets it down, and Sharon's going to have a chance for a 3. Puts it up. I don't think she got it off, and it was short anyways. So the Tigers just kind of hanging in there. Again, the offensive struggles, but the defense keeping them in the game early on. After one quarter, they lead Vermillion, or they trail Vermillion 11-6.
Aventura Groton takes pride in offering its guests quality, state-of-the-art medical care, and a personal touch. Aventura Groton is your choice for advanced rehab and care. Whether you're recovering from surgery, a hip or knee replacement, or stroke or heart attack, you can count on Aventura Groton to provide you with a customized plan of care that will return you to everyday life as quickly as possible. For more information, contact Aventura Groton at 605-397-2365.
Hard Motors is your headquarters for great vehicles. Score big with an all-wheel drive vehicle. Swisher Deep 3 with one of the nation's 3 top-selling SUVs on the market. They also have the nation's best resale value trucks available as well. Shop their huge inventory. Stop in or call your favorite salesperson, Barry Keith at Hard Motors for your next vehicle needs. Shop online at hardmotors.com. Go Tigers!
Well, in the first quarter, Groton was 2 out of 9 for 22%. Vermillion 5 out of 14 for 35%. Groton had 7 turnovers. Vermillion 3.
Well, I tell you what, Paul, Vermillion really came out at, Roovers is sitting here with, 4 points out of 11. Their coach, John Brooks, has to be thrilled with that other girls are stepping up and helping. And she's had a lot of good looks, and the bad thing is Paul, somewhere along the line, I think some of those are going to go in. So here she's going one-on-one with Kella Tracy. Pulls up, 15-footer, got it. Beautiful shot. She is a nice-looking jump shot. And here come the Tigers the other way. Jerica Locke gets it over to Traphagen. Dribbles in. Here's Riley Dunker. Puts it in. Goes right in. Nice job by Riley. Goes up and gets fouled, and she's going to go to the line. Nice entry pass that time by Jerica Locke. That foul's going to be on number 22, Hinseth, 5'10" sophomore. I know their AD Jason Huska is going to try to take credit for that Roovers jump shot because he says it's a lot like my shot used to be. But first shot by Dunker is in. We all know that's not true because I know he's listening now because he texted me he was, Paul. So,
Vermillion viewer, thank you for watching us.
I think he knew what was going to happen. Lane violation that time. Riley kind of didn't really double clutch, but she kind of got the ball and just kind of lost it for a second there, and Tigers won the lane. Here's full court pressure, and boy, Roovers goes and gets the first foul on Traphagen. Nice job by Roovers. Taylor Roovers is showing she's every bit as good as advertised tonight. And here's the inbounds pass to Roovers, and she'll bring it across against Tracy. Kell's got those long arms. See if it can bother her a little bit. Oh, she's so good at that crossover. Here's a pass out. That's number 10, Hansen. She already has 1-3. No good. Penning the rebound. Locke coming the other way. Got Dunker on the backside. Instead kicks it to Traphagen. Open 3. They need that, and it goes. Big 3-point shot by Taryn Traphagen. Nice pass by Locke, pushing the tempo. And it's 13-10, Vermillion in the lead. Here comes a high screen and roll by number 44, Kaylee Schultz. She's a junior, big girl, 6'1". Tallest girl on Vermillion's roster. 3 by Richardson, no good. Here comes Dunker up to Trapphagen, back to Locke. Nice recovery by the Tanagers, but they leave Trapphagen open again. She misses that one. And Ruvers the rebound, and nice play, knocking it out of bounds off Kella Tracy as she was getting out of bounds. Looked like Kella might have bumped her a little bit, but as she was falling out, she didn't worry, didn't try to call a timeout, didn't lose her patience. She just threw it right off Kella's leg, and Vermillion will get the ball. Ruvers will bring it down. Brings it across against Tracy. Kella's on her, helped by Riley, kicks it out. Hanson, same spot she hit the 3 earlier, couldn't get it off. Here comes a double again, gets it, now they're doubling back. Here's Locke on her now. Jericho with 1, no foul. Thought she had 1, but they don't. Up, no good, Penning the rebound, gets it to Locke. Locke looking to push again. Look at the Tigers run the court here. Gets it out, here's Dunker, she's gonna shoot the 3. And, oh, how did that not go in? Great shot, great rebound by Kella Tracy. But hustle play down there by Hinseth to tie her up. And it's going to be a jump ball, and the Tigers are going to maintain possession. It's going to be Sydney Locke coming in for Kella Tracy. Kella gave him good minutes. You know, that long extra 2 inches with the arms really kind of, you know, causing it maybe a little bit of difficulty for Ruvers on her shot. But here's an inbounds Trapphagen for 3. She's got 1. She's got 2. Karen Trapphagen even in the score. We're tied at 13. Boy, the Tigers needed to see some balls go through the hoop, and it have this quarter. Started out 2 minutes in, Taryn with 2 threes, and we are tied at 13. Here's Richardson off a nice screen by Ruvers. Hanson driving down, pulls up on Dunker, nothing there. Here's Ruvers. Look at that pivot foot, the use of the pivot foot. And out, Hanson for 3 again, and she answers it with a 3 of her own.
That's her second 3.
Another sophomore to sophomore there. Boy, this team's going to be around for a while. Here's a pass to Trapphagen. They're definitely going to find her again. Boy, Taryn's looking at it. Gets it in the lane. Nice job by Locke. Penetrating, gets it back out for another 3 for Taryn. Oh, that looked like it was good. No good, but rebound Penning. Back out to Taryn. Gets it over to Locke. Locke looking inside to Dunker. Skips it over to Sydney Locke. Back to Taryn. The corner to Sydney Locke. She shoots the 3. No good. Rebound. Dunker on the backside. It's got to be her 6th or 7th already. Jaden Penning for 3. No good. Locke the rebound. She drives in. What a drive, what a rebound, what a possession for the Tigers. 16-15. 2 offensive rebounds and a great finish by Jericho Locke. Tanagers back the other way. Ruvers pushes the screen away, goes the other side. Richardson looking for the back cut. Nothing there. Gets it over. Hanson with the ball. Hit a 3 the last time. 1 of 2 she has already. Gets it up. Looking back cut. Oh, Ruvers pulled up that time, and the ball's knocked out of bounds anyways. You know, right idea by Hinseth trying to get that back cut. Ruvers knows how to move without the ball, and when you're that good, Paul, you know, you got to know how to move without the basketball or you just aren't going to get it. Nelson back in the game for Hinseth for the Tanagers. Jericho Locke out. Tracy back in. And that's going to be they're going to call an offensive foul that time. I believe that's on Schultz, setting the screen for Ruvers down there. Just don't think she was quite set.
Ball's on Ruvers.
No, it is on Ruvers.
That's her first.
She must, you know, a lot of times when you're coming off a screen, you use your hands and try to push off a little, Paul. And not saying I ever did that in the day, but I mean, I've seen that done before. And that time I think she got caught with it a little bit. And I didn't see it. I thought it might have been on Schultz setting the screen, but the referees said it was on her. Inbounds to Trapphagen, gets it over to Sydney Locke. Locke in, just a little too far ahead of Jaden Penning. Tanagers steal it and come back the other way. Here's Ruvers with it. Rejects the screen, drives in. Nice defense by Sydney Locke that time. Just stood her ground. And Ruvers, and now she commits her second foul. Kind of a frustration foul on her that time. That's something Coach Brooks can't be happy with. She seems like the kind of player that's a really smart player and can play with fouls. If not, it's a great learning opportunity for her to learn right now to play with fouls. She has 2 right now with 4:05 to go.
2 quick ones.
And he's not going to take her out. I think she kind of thought she was going to get the call that time, and she didn't. So See how she plays this next 4 minutes. Just cross court skip to Tracy. Back to Locke. Locke just drives in, gets it to Traphagen. She's going to shoot the three. And in again. Third one for Taryn. She's got 9 all from beyond the arc. And the Tigers back in front, 18-16. 3:45 to go in the second. Boy, Taryn Traphagen, that is a sight for sore eyes. Here's a kick over to Richardson. Richardson drives, gets it out. Here's Hansen with it. She's got 2 threes. Gets it over to number 15. That's Tessa Nilsson, the 8th grader.
You know, one thing about Traphagen, she had a really good game against Lemon there, and you know, these are her best games of the year.
Yeah, well, that's a shooter. You get confidence. You make one, and that helps the next one. And here's a double dribble called on the Tanagers. They're kind of out of whack right now. Now, Coach Brooks used a timeout earlier. I know he doesn't want to use one now. You know, with the young team, Paul, you kind of got it. Sometimes you just want to let them learn in these early season experiences like this. This is going to help you later on in the season. Inbounds the Locke. Locke brings it across. She drives in. Ooh, dangerous there. That could have been a 3rd foul on Roovers reaching in. She's got to be careful. I believe they called the foul on. Oh, it was on her. Her 3rd foul. That is a big foul on Taylor Roovers, the best player for Vermillion. And I don't know if the coach knows it yet. He has not taken her out yet. He's leaving her in. Inbounds to Traphagen, another 3. This one's hard off the back rim. Rebound Tracy. She pulls it out. Nice job by Kella. Taryn with it. She's looking to penetrate. Kella gets it high post. Inside the dunker. Nice pass by Penning. Turnaround doesn't go. Riley tips it. Rebound Locke, and she'll bring it back out. Boy, 3rd or 4th offensive rebound for the Tigers. Nice job on the boards. Kella Tracy inside to Penning. Puts it up. Over Warren. No good. And the rebound on the backside, Nelson, and they're going to definitely get a timeout. Full timeout by Coach Brooks here. We'll see if he takes Taylor Roovers out of the game with her 3 fouls or leaves them in. We'll be back.
At Pioneer, delivering industry-leading genetics drives everything we do, from the scientists in the lab to our local boots on the ground. We work together to collect and analyze billions of data points each year, all to ensure that we're delivering the right innovations to the right fields to boost yield and increase profits for farmers. It isn't easy, but that's what it takes to earn the name Pioneer. What's next happens here. Talk to your local representative at Bierman Farm Service in downtown Groton. Blocker Construction specializes in all aspects of construction, from remodeling to new construction. And if you need a little extra storage, then hoop barns are the economical way to go. Perry Blocker and his crew are particular about their work. Contact Blocker Construction now to book your time slot. Give them a call at 226-4062. Blocker Construction wishes the Tigers good luck. That number again is 226-4062.
A lot of confidence by head coach John Brooks, leaving his best player Taylor Roovers in the game with 3 fouls. I'm sure he had a talk with her and told her no silly reaches or anything. Roovers going one-on-one with Tracy, knocked away. That's going to be a reach-in foul. Nice drive that time by Roovers. She just has a way of just getting that first step by you. What a player she's going to be. I mean, she already is, Paul. Imagine what she's going to be like in another year or two. Tanagers will inbounds under their own basket. Roovers gets it in. There's Warren with it. Looking to get it. That's going to be a foul down low again on, I believe, Riley Dunker, as Hansen was trying to come across, and Riley was making it a little too difficult for her to come across. It's her first foul. 3rd team foul. Vermillion with 4, so the Tigers are shooting foul shots next time they get fouled. It's going to be Hansen inbounding this time. Rivers off the screen. Oh, I'm sorry, Hansen just provided the screen. And here's an inbounds, and it goes into the backcourt, and Rivers can pick it up and go there. That was the freshman, Tessa Nelson, with the inbound. Here's Richardson. Izzy Richardson driving, kicks it out. Here's the 8th grader. I'm sorry, I call her a freshman. She's an 8th grader. How much youth can you have on a team? Here's Rivers looking to penetrate. Shoots it right over. Can't get it, quite get it. Right over the top of Tracy. Kella, those long arms making life a little difficult for her, at least making it hard on her. You're not going to shut a girl like that down, but if you can make it at least hard on her, that's a nice pass. Riley, great position down low, up and in. Riley Dunker, boy, you get it that deep. I don't care how big you are, you're going to have great success, and she had a great job of getting her her position down there and put it in. Ruvers the other way. She drives. Great pass to Warren. She corrals it, gets it out to the top. Here's Nelson up top. She shoots the three, no good. Dunker the rebound. And here goes Riley, looking to get it up to Kella Tracy. Kella pulls it up, gets it to Locke. 20-16, Tigers up. Minute and a half to go. Nice install, high-low that time. Jaden Penning's pass intercepted. Nice job. The Tanagers come the other way. Didn't get to see who that passed. I believe it was Richardson who intercepted that. It was. Here comes a high screen. Warren setting it. Nice job by Penning. And that time we got a little hand check by Tracy on her. On Ruvers as she goes by. You know, she really does a good job of running her girl right off the screen. So often, Paul, you see a girl when the screen comes, or even the boy for that matter, and they don't even go up to the screen. They just dribble past the screen. And then there's room for the defender to get by. Well, she runs her girl right off that screen. And the only thing you can do if you're a defender, if you don't go below it, is to kind of bump her. And she got called for a foul. That was Kella Tracy, her second. Inbounds. Locke now checks Ruvers, and she backs off. Ruvers brings it across. Gets it up to Warren. Warren to Richardson. Richardson on the far side. On the wing, looking to get it in. And here's Ruvers. Lock on her. Ruvers, great jab step. Here she goes to her left, and she doesn't care if she's going right or left. She can go both ways. Pulls it out. Now she goes right, drives in. Great pass that time. Here's Nelson with the ball.
Vermillion.
Drive by Hansen, up, beautiful left hand, just wouldn't go. We're going the other way. Tigers got a break, gets it over. Here's White with the shot off the back rim, no good. Her offensive rebound again, that was Teets. Jerica Locke pulls it back out, right with it, and we got a 3-second call on Jaden Penning. You know, a lot of times the referees will let you stay in there. You don't see 3-second called very often, but on a possession like that where you maintain possession, the ball, there isn't a shot, and you just stay in the lane, they're kind of forced to call it, and that time the
Tigers Wright and McKenna Teets coming off the bench for the Tigers.
Good minutes by everybody on the Tigers so far. Here comes the high screen again. Double right away. Good help by Wright. She goes back, but look at her. Ruvers just goes right around. Got bumped. No call. We're going the other way. Teets with the rebound, and that closes the quarter out.
Wow, that was fast.
Kind of snuck up on us, Paul. I tell you what, a good quarter for the Cavs. We were doing a Roncalli game. Here, the Groton people are going to be happy about that. Good for the Tigers tonight. Oh, my goodness. Taryn Traphagen, 9 in the quarter, I believe, and 20-16 at halftime. An impressive game, so second quarter for the Groton Tigers. Vermillion, I think, Coach Brooks has to be, a little concerned in some areas. Obviously, the 3 fouls on his best player, Taylor Ruvers, but she also played the last 3 minutes without picking up her 4. So that's a good learning experience for her. And the other girls stepped up in the first quarter. Second quarter, maybe not so much. They had some good looks, just didn't go in.
Wow. Guess what Vermillion's shooting percentage was in the second quarter?
Not good, I'm guessing.
20%.
Yeah.
2 out of 10. And Tigers were 5 out of 13 for 38%. And their leading scorer, Taryn Traphagen, with 3 threes for 3 times 3 is 9 points. That's my Harriet math there.
Look at that. That's Harriet from coming to the Yellow Jackets math right there.
Yep. After that, let's see. Riley Dunker's got 5 points. Jerica Locke's got 4. And Jaden Penning's got 2. For Vermillion, Alexis Hansen and Taylor Ruvers each have 6 points. And then Sheila Hinseth and Izzy Richardson each have 2, and that's their scoring.
Yeah, Coach Locke has to be happy with 2 things. First of all, the fact that, you're never going to stop a girl like Ruvers. Let's just face it. She's going to get her points. You just hope that it's not the 30s. You hope you keep her in the 20s. And right now they're on pace to do that. Second half, we'll see how they do. And the other thing he's got to be pleased with is you work on the offensive glass. They've had to have 6 or 7 offensive rebounds so far that have led to at least 2 threes by Taryn Traphagen. So,
and with the Tigers being up by 4 and having 10 turnovers compared to 5 for Vermillion.
Yeah, and I think, I kind of thought that maybe it would be that way, but with Vermillion or with Groton pressing. Because, talking to Coach Brooks, he said, they kind of have a trouble with the point, but he's had Ruvers bring the ball up. There's no trouble there. I mean, that girl can handle the ball, and you can tell she's got skills. She can drive right, left. She can pull up, but the Tigers done a good job on her so far.
If she starts getting a hot hand, it could create problems for the Tigers.
And the thing that's kind of got to be a little worrisome is she's had a lot of good looks.
At 3 fouls.
The looks she's had are shots that you kind of have a feeling somewhere along the line those may go in, and you hope that you just make life difficult. Tigers have had a hand in her face, and especially with Kella Tracy, that's been a good job by Groton in the first half.
She's got 2 fouls for Groton, and Roovers has got 3 for Vermillion. Those are the leading foulers, and them 2 are going head-to-head.
And really, Coach Brooks, that the last one that Roovers got was just a reach in. It was one that she I'm sure she even thinks, I shouldn't have done that. It was just, just not one that I should have had, especially when he had 2 fouls. It was not going to make a difference on the play. Jericho was going to pass the ball anyways, but good learning experience anyways for young players when you have a young team like they do.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back here on GDILive.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
If you farm in northeastern South Dakota, you know how important the right crop insurance plan is for protecting your investment. Groton Ag Partners can provide you with hail and crop insurance as well as pasture and livestock coverage. At Groton Ag, we work to understand your operation and tailor a program for you because crop insurance is not one size fits all. Check us out at GrotonAg.com or call us 605-397-2680. Groton Ag is an equal opportunity employer and provider. You know crops, we know how to protect them.
Hey Groton, the kids need your help to bring more fun to the park. The Groton Chamber is raising funds for a brand new seesaw, and we need you to make it happen. Drop your donations at City Hall, Dakota Bank, or send them via Venmo at Groton Chamber. Your support means the world and a new seesaw to us. Thank you from your friends at the Groton Chamber.
Your friend in the car business, I'm going to Groton, Ford.
Groton Ford is your small town family-owned dealership. You are not just a number here. We sell new vehicles, used vehicles, have a great parts and service department, and even buy vehicles. Basically, we do it all. We have a great team here and would love the opportunity to earn your business. From all of us at Groton Ford, thank you.
I'm going to Groton, Ford.
Heartland Energy is a proud supplier of public power to the city of Groton. They are there for your home, business, and community. Heartland Energy provides rebates for water heaters, heat pumps, EV charging, and education for solar for your home. Your business may qualify for commercial lighting rebates. Your community gets grants for improvements. Check out all the rebates and information available at heartlandenergy.com. Heartland Energy, power with purpose. The John C. Agency has 40 years of experience when it comes to auto, home, farm, and commercial insurance needs. They have competitive rates and excellent service. Contact the John C. Agency for your personal, farm and ranch, and commercial and agribusiness insurance at 605-229-1760. The John C. Agency, here to serve you. The Groton Lanes and Cafe in downtown Groton is a great place to dine out. Here they're featured the yummy cheeseburger served with french fries, and they also have waffle fries, tots, onion rings, and much more. Here's the mushroom and Swiss sandwich, chicken and cheese sandwich, along with the order of fries. Don't forget, book your party celebration at the Jungle Lanes and Cafe. Call 397-2606. The Jungle Lanes and Cafe in downtown Groton, a great place to dine out.
Well, back here in the Groton Gymnasium, the Lady Tigers leading Vermillion 20-16 with a very good second quarter. Paul, what was the scoring in that second quarter? What did we outscore them? I think by 9, didn't we?
So it was 11-6, so it would be
14-5.
14-5,
so by
yep.
9, yeah. Very impressive second quarter. And that 9-point separation, I think, you look up at the score, individual scoring, Taryn Trapphagen 3 threes. There's your 9 points. So it's going to be Groton ball to start the third quarter. 15 seconds winding down here at the halftime. And it'll be their ball to start. I'm sure Coach Locke would like to see him come out and have a good offensive possession and score right off the bat. Vermillion playing the game with their best player, Taylor Ruvers, with 3 fouls. And she played about 3 minutes with those 3 in that second quarter and didn't pick up her fourth and really was in no danger of doing it. So, you just kind of got to play good defense, not make too many tries, too many efforts at loose balls or trying to get steals, at least for a while here until you get into the fourth quarter and see if you can get in there with 3 fouls. It's an inbounds to Locke. Ruvers on her. Moves her feet really well, does Ruvers. Here is Teets. Gets it up to Penning. Penning swings it over Trapphagen. Down to Dunker on the baseline. She has a nice pass to Penning down low, up and in. Beautiful pass. Great layup, Paul. Don't know how she managed to put that in with the angle she had, but Jaden Penning gives the Tigers a 6-point lead. Here's Ruvers off the high double screen. Nice screen and roll that time. Here's Hansen. She had 2 threes in the first half. Gets it over to Richardson. Ball knocked away by Teets, and it's corralled by Hinseth, but then she had the ball and stepped out of bounds. Couldn't quite get it complete and get her momentum stopped, and the Tigers will take over. Good defensive possession. Good start for the Tigers to start this quarter. Just barely over 30 seconds in. A basket and a defensive stop. Inbounds the Locke. Locke brings it across. Gets it up to Penning. Penning, screen high by Dunker. Ooh, Jericho thought about it. Here's Teets. Ooh, reach in that time. Ruvers pulled her hands back after she did it. Like, I didn't mean to. And here's Locke driving in and gets it knocked out of bounds, but she got fouled, I believe, by Richardson on the drive, and she'll shoot 2. Sometimes when you have a ball that far away from the court, I look like she had all ball, and unless you can actually see or feel it or hear it, a good refereeing crew like we have tonight is not going to make that call on especially a player like that. And here's Locke at the line. Puts it. I thought it was going to roll in for her, and it rolled off. Jericho get one more, though. That foul was on Richardson, her first, team first. Jericho's second foul shot. On its way. Hard off the back rim, no good, but Trapphagen sneaks in and gets the rebound. Those long arms of Taryn Trapphagen. Swings it Locke, gets in the corner to Teets. Teets cross court to Trapphagen, wide open. How does that happen? No good. The rebound, though, by Locke. Another offensive rebound. Here's Penning, has Dunker, couldn't quite get it to Riley.
That was a bad pass.
And a good hustle, good play by Hansen that time, and back comes Roovers. Vermillion dodged a huge bullet there because Dunker was wide open. Roovers, pretty 5-foot pull-up. In and out, no good. Crashing the boards is Hinseth. Couldn't get the rebound. Comes out the Dunker, who gets it to Locke, who's pushing. And she goes over to Teets. Little 10-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Penning inside. She'll go to the line. Schultz got the foul. Jaden, good work to use position on the 6'1 Schultz. Got the offensive rebound. Couldn't put it in, but she'll get 2 foul shots. Nice work by Jaden Penning. She'll go and puts the first foul shot in. Yeah, Paul, that last time when she had that turnover, she saw Riley on the baseline, Dunker, and just couldn't quite get her the ball. And Schultz will go out of the game. And into the game is Marazio Warren. Second foul shot by Penning. Got it.
Yeah, good job.
Lead up to 8. Inbounds to Roovers. Looks like a zone press coming for the Tigers. Roovers immediately recognizes, dribbles right through it like it's nothing and gets fouled. She can just absolutely ruin a zone press with the way she handles the ball. Nice job that time by Taylor Roovers, and that foul is on Trapphagen. Something to watch, Paul, her second. Can't get her into foul trouble. Terrence had that great offensive rebound to start this half. Inbounds to Roovers. Let's see if they come with the high screen here. Nope, they're just letting her go 1-4. 1-4 set. Beautiful pass to Warren underneath. That is beautiful basketball there. Drive, draw the defenders, and dish, and she almost got a steal there. Here goes Locke the other way, gets it up. Teets driving in, penetrates, kicks it out to Dunker baseline, up to Locke. She passes up the 3. In the passing lane, Roovers making life difficult. It's it over to Locke with the top of the key. Trapphagen. Boy, they had Dunker quick if they flash. Ball tip, Teets has it, high posted. There it is, high-low, down to Dunker, puts it up, and she's going to the line. That foul's going to be, I believe, on Richardson. High-low there, Jaden Penning flashed to the elbow. The low defender in the zone came up on her, and she passed it down low to Riley Dunker, and she went up strong, and the foul is the second on Richardson. Riley, shot on its way, nothing but net. Tigers lead back to 7, trying to get it back up to 8.
Free throws are big for the Tigers in this game.
Well, they need it to be. They're going to be there quite a bit. Third team foul already. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. And Riley makes them both. 7th point for her. Vermillion coming back, down 8. See if they go back to that 1-4 set and let her drive again. Up, they're coming with the high screen. Hansen, Tigers done a good job on it. Now they're giving a screen and roll. Hansen driving in. She needs to take it all the way. Does. Puts it up and gets fouled by Penning. That's what they need to do. You know, she does a good job of getting by the defender. You just got to go up and power it up and get yourself to the foul line. That's the second foul on Jaden Penning. Tigers fouls are starting to mount on them.
I didn't realize we had an 11-point run.
Yeah, you know, it makes a difference when, you know, they kind of stop being aggressive. The first foul shot's off. They kind of stop being aggressive when Roovers picked up those 3 fouls. She's kind of the motor. And when the motor's kind of just a neutral, kind of the whole offense is. Second foul shot off, back rim, no good. Great box out by Dunker. She's got to have at least 9 or 10 rebounds already. Riley picking up right where she left off Tuesday. Here's Jerica Locke with the ball, up to Penning. Swings it over to Locke. Looks like they're... Here's this Trapphagen for 3.
Oh, my word.
Over 4th. Boy, a great high double screen, and Taryn knocks it home. Lead double digits for Groton, 29-18. Here's a high screen. Let's see if Roovers tries to get involved offensively. He's yet to score. Had a great assist for their only basket. Tigers doing good job defensively, but what a drive in, and she goes up. Can't get it to go. Hustle for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball. It's going to stay with Vermillion, but great hustle that time by the Tigers. A great move by Roovers. Went to the lane. Thought she got bumped. She looked like she might a little bit, but didn't get the call, and still almost made the shot.
I would think for Vermillion, having 18 points at this stage of the game is uncharacteristic of them.
And a lot of that has to do with the defense, and there's another bad pass. That goes off Warren down low. That was Hansen trying to get her the ball. It was the right idea, just, you know, poor execution in the pass was at Warren's feet, and when you're an inside player, it's tough to do. Richardson trying to come down and steal the inbounds there. As Greg DeSpiegler was going to inbounds, he said, no, it's a white ball. And here's the inbounds to Locke, and she'll bring it back the other way. That's right out of the Jason Huskler AD's playbook right there. Knocked away that time. Taryn Traphagen tried to drive in. He used to do that all the time when we were playing basketball down at the U. Here's a pass, she's going to pull up for a three, and there's Ruvers, and doesn't get the roll. Kind of the way that her night's gone. Penning the rebound, gets it to Locke. I mean, the ball hit every part of the rim. Here's Traphagen for three. In and out, no good. 3 Tigers in there for the rebound. Jerica Locke puts it down and is going to get a jump, I believe. Nope, we're going to get a foul on a reach-in on Vermillion. 3 Tigers and Warren were down there for Vermillion to get the rebound. And Marisha Warren is one of the post players, but when you're going 3-on-1, that's tough to do. Nelson back in the game, the 8th grader for Vermillion. She'll give Hinseth a seat. Inbound to Penny. Nice job by Warren down on the ground, but I think she's laying on the ground, end line. And it's going to stay with Groton. Nice job by Warren, really jumping that inbounds pass. A lot of times you just kind of let them have that, but she's not. Tigers inbounding right under their basket. Gets it into Traphagen there on her now. Yeah, Richardson all over here. Here's Locke, got a high screen and roll with Penning. Pulls up. Here's Tracy. She's going to pop the 18-footer. No good. Jerica backside, couldn't get the rebound. Nice job by Warren. Here comes Ruvers back the other way for Vermillion. She's going to get the high screen. Tracy on her with her 2 fouls. Kella's got to be careful. There's number 3. 3rd team foul. Tigers really need to keep crashing the boards and taking the ball hard to the hole, Paul. 14 fouls on Vermillion. Tigers, that's their 3rd, so they kind of got to be careful a little bit. Last thing you want to do is put Ruvers to the line. See her let the ball go through with an easy look like that. Crank in the game for Dunker. Riley, another good game tonight for her. Here's an inbounds to Ruvers, checked by Tracy. Kella backing off a little bit. Crank's got to step out. Oh, she's going to pop that deep 3. No good, back rebound. Tigers, great job of boxing out. Locke the other way, gets it up to Traphagen. Traphagen bounce pass. Nice hustle again by Warren. And gets the steal for Vermillion. Back to Ruvers the other way.
Pass not quite fast enough.
Nope. She looks to be taking Tracy, and Kella just picked her 4th up. And that's most importantly the 4th team foul for Groton. Now that Vermillion and Groton will be shooting the rest of the way. She'll come out. Teets back in the game. You know, I don't know really what you do. I guess, you know, you hope maybe back off her a little bit. The way she, you know, hasn't had a lot of luck with the 3 tonight, but you can tell that it's a good-looking shot. You don't want her to make 1, and then all of a sudden she hits 4 in a row. Here's the inbounds across. Here comes Ruvers up. Nice help that time by Penning. And she goes on Locke. What a step back that is. And I thought that was going in. And the rebound to Traphagen. But Teets leaked out, couldn't get the ball. Here's Crank, gets it to Teets. Teets looking good ball baseline. She does. Nice pass. Penny, not great head fake, but I think she traveled. She shuffled the feet before. It was a great shot fake, head fake, got the girl. I believe that was Warren who jumped for it, but boy, you know, you just get so anxious when that happens and you see a lane to the hoop, and she just kind of shuffled her feet before she got going. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, 29-18 Groton. Vermillion brings it across. Here's the double high screen, nice help. Here's a Hansen driving, beautiful move all the way in. Nice job that time. Alexis Hansen, beautiful drive, and she cuts the lead back to single digits for Vermillion. 29-20, first points in a long time, Paul. Here's over to Teets. Teets looking to Crank, cutting through the lane. Nothing. Traphagen back cut, and it's stolen away. Nice hands that time by Richardson. Hansen was there as well, and Ruvers the other way. Vermillion just being patient. They're going to that high screen and roll again. And Ruvers has it, kicks it over. Hansen feeling the hot hand and hits it. That's 5 in a row. Boy, and a timeout for John Brooks. They needed that. 5 in a row, cuts the 12-point lead. 6 in a row. Actually, they have it down to 23. Is that right?
Yep, 29-23.
So, wow.
Yeah, we had that.
It was 11-point lead, I guess, and that's where the 5 points came from. Yeah, you know, and that's kind of what you need to do when your main player isn't, you know, having struggling offensively and struggling to get looks. Somebody else has to step up, and you know, Coach Brooks talked about it beforehand. They haven't had that a lot this year in this. But in this game, boy, Hansen's really stepped up nicely. 11 points, leading scorer for Vermillion.
Yep. And Ruvers has at the score here in the 3rd quarter.
She's had some good looks.
Oh, a couple, some 3-pointers.
And she shot them, and I thought they were in, and I almost started calling them in, and then they missed. And so here come the Tigers. Wonder if we're going to see something different here, or if maybe Coach Brooks just wanted to give him a little break, so give Ruvers a break so she didn't commit a foul while she's tired. sometimes when you're a good player like that, you just need to facilitate the offense and get other people involved and get them easy looks, and she has so far. Inbounds, be Locke bring it across. Jerica. Ruvers checking her. Oh, bad pass stolen by Warren, and now you got 1-on-3 with Ruvers, and she'll pull it back out. Wise decision that time.
Can you believe we got 16 turnovers?
Oh.
And we're still up by 6?
Well, yeah, it's amazing. Here's the great help on Crank on the double team. Hanson going in. She's had the hot hand 5 in a row. Here she is again. Crank on her. Pass across. Here's Nelson. Here's Hanson again. No good this time. Great box out by Penning and Warren, and comes away with it. Teets does, going 1-on-1 all the way
my
in.
Goodness.
And McKenna can't get it to go, but it's knocked out of bounds by Crank.
Oh.
McKenna Teets, a great job taking to the hoop, just a little too hard off the backboard.
She really sped past her defender, too.
She did. Boy, Penning and Warren were really banging down there, going after that rebound. Inbounds here to Ruvers, and she's coming the other way. She brings it across against Jerica Locke. Going right, and she's going all the way in this time. That's no foul called. Rebound by Penning. We're going the other way. And pass up ahead to Dunker, just a little too far by Teets that time. Riley couldn't quite handle it. Yeah, I think Taylor Ruvers is really frustrated now. She's drove in and gotten some contact and hasn't gotten the foul call. But she's got a good poise hanging on here. Vermillion hanging around, 6-point game with 1:10 to go. They get a couple baskets, and this is a different game going in the fourth. That's going to be a foul for sure. She really did a good job that time of driving in on Jerica Locke, who will pick up her first foul. She did a good job driving right into the body, and Jerica just couldn't get the feet in front of her. She's a hard girl to keep in front of, but she'll be shooting foul shots right here. And you hate to have a girl get to the foul line, especially if she sees one go through. That could open the floodgates for a shooter like her.
She's 0 for 1 from the line.
Hers on the way now, nothing but net on that one. She'll get another one, lead down to 5, chance to cut it to 4. Kind of danger time right now for the Tigers. They need a bucket at the other end. Shot on its way and knocks it home. And we are down to a 29-25 lead. 7 in a row for Vermillion. Here's Locke with it. Might need to get Traphag a shot. Here's a nice pass down low to Penning, and she draws the foul. I believe that's going to be Richardson. There are going to be 2 shots for Jaden Penning. Nice penetration that time by Jerica Locke. Drive, draw, and dish it to the defender. It is her 3rd foul on Izzy Richardson. Penning to the line, getting ready to check in. Tally right. First shot rolls around and good. Boy, the Tigers needed that one.
Richardson's got all 3 of her fouls in this quarter.
Yeah, she's coming in. Right is for Penning, the shooter. 2nd foul shot coming up for Penning. It's on its way. In and out, no good, but Traphag another offensive rebound. Kicks it out, Dunker swings it over. Who had Penning, a nice right decision that time. Jerica, here's Teets driving in, running 1-footer, no good. Oh, rebound that time. That was Hinseth with it. We're going the other way. Sorry, I believe that was the 8th grader Nelson with that rebound. Holding for, well, they can't hold for 1 with 32 on the clock and 27 on the shot clock, but they want to get a good one here. Again, you can do this in high school basketball now with no threat of a 5 count. I almost might think about running somebody at her right now and getting the ball out of her hand right now, but they're just going to let her go. And double by Riley. That's what you kind of need to do. Now they're scrambling, kicks it over. Nelson, she's going to drive in and put up a wild 15-footer, no good. And the ball ends the quarter. Good comeback by Vermillion there, closing the quarter on.
Oh, we still got 8 seconds yet.
Oh, no, that was a shot clock violation. My fault. Shot clock violation. Now with 7 seconds left, Vermillion is going to go back to their 3/4 court press to try to make it difficult.
Should be 8 seconds on the clock, and they knocked off 0.3 of a second.
I think they're talking about it right now.
Because I seen it, I said, why is the clock running?
I think they're talking, the referees are right now. We'll see if they noticed it. It has to be something they notice. Yep, they are going to go over and put some back on the clock. Nope, they're not. They're going to go, I think.
Yep, 8 seconds.
8 seconds. So they added a 0.3.
Yep.
Good job, Paul, all over that.
Yep.
So here Teets is going to inbounds, gets it into Taryn Traphag. You got to go. Taryn up to Sydney Locke.
Oh.
Gets it in. Oh, she might have traveled right. Gets it over. Dunker to 2. Foot on the line. Doesn't go. Good luck for Riley. Couldn't get it to go. So that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score of the Tigers 30, Vermillion 25.
And we'll be right back.
The Meat House in Andover is a local USDA-inspected butcher shop with custom butchering for beef, pigs, and buffalo. Their store offers many flavors of snack sticks, brats, smoked sausages, fresh sausages, and bacon. They also feature the SDSU ice cream, and they have the home-raised, dry-aged Wagyu steaks, roasts, and burgers. They also have hats, t-shirts, and sweatshirts. You gotta stop over at the Meat House in Andover.
Well, I'll say one thing. Shooting percentages, not very good in that quarter at all. We were 2 out of 11 for 18%. They were 3 out of 11 for 27%.
Paul, this is the kind of game Groton needs. They need it to be a slugfest because they know they're not going to win a 60-point game if Vermillion scores 60. They need them in the 30s and low 40s if they're going to have a shot to
Do you know
win.
what their lowest scoring game of the year is for Vermillion?
I don't.
I don't either.
I can check quickly, though.
I was just curious about that because this is 25 points for Vermillion. Seems kind of, from what you've been telling me earlier.
Inbounds to Locke. Vermillion will bring it down. Or Groton will bring it down, sorry.
He's multitasking over there.
I'm doing a little everything here. Vermillion. Here's Dunker on the baseline. Oh, thinks about the three. Gets a Traphagen over to Locke. Locke inside to Riley. Left hand doesn't go, but Traphagen, another offensive rebound, rips it away. And here's Sidney Locke, gets it over to Jerica. Here's a three for Traphagen. Front rim, no good. Penning, rebound, Reuters. And we're going the other way. Foul on Jaden Penning. Believe that's going to be her third foul.
Yep.
So their scores so far, they lost to Canton 58-51, lost to West Central 52-49. Lowest scoring game so far because they beat the Nebraska team 61-47 and Sergeant Bluff 56-38.
So 49 is their lowest scoring.
49 is their lowest, yeah. Here's Ruvers, dribble the ball, and nice hustle by Jerica Locke. It went off her foot, and it's going to be a jump ball. Riley had it, and as she was trying to get going, a great heads-up play by Alexis Hansen, just reached up and put her hands on the ball enough to get the jump ball call, and it will stay with Vermillion with 26 on the shot clock. Vermillion down 4, chance to cut the lead down to 2, maybe 1. Ball, not surprisingly, in Ruvers' hands. Here's that high screen and roll. Ooh, could have been a travel. Gets to the corner, 3 for Richardson. Got it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the freshman, Tessa Nelson. Huge 3 for her. 20, or they only called it a 2, I believe. Layup that time, no good for Locke.
Yeah, it was a 3.
Yeah, I thought it was a 3. And a double dribble by Ruvers as we go the other way. I thought it was a 29-25 game, Paul, is it?
It was 30-25 at the end of the quarter.
Oh, they must have gave somebody a wrong point when I looked up because they cut it to 29. They gave us 30 back. So 30-28, closest Vermillion's been in a long time. Here's an inbounds by Locke. Gets it out to Dunker. Dunker, she's going to drive in. Gets it to Penning. Penning out to Locke. Jerica with the ball, gets the screen. She's going to look at the 3, gets it back to Jaden on the baseline. Swings it up to Sidney Locke, top of the key. Jerica with it. She's trying to set up a play. 23 on the shot clock. Here's Riley, top of the key. Swings it to Sidney. She shoots the 3. They need that. In, out, and in. Did you get credit for 6 on that, Paul? It was down, and then it came out, and then back in. Looks like we're only giving us 3. 33-28. Back the other way comes Ruvers. Tanagers now. That was a big basket there. Groton needed that. They need some more of those. Ruvers driving, pull up 15-footer, back rim no good, rebound Sidney Locke, gets it to her sister Jerica down the line. Nobody in front of her, she brings it down and pulls it back to Sidney. Sidney, dangerous pass, almost stolen by Warren. Looking to get it to Dunker, she's got great position, don't get it to her. Here's Jerica 3, got it!
Oh,
the Locke
my word.
girls are going right now. 2 big 3s for the Locke sisters, 1 for each of them. And the lead just like that.
They called that a 2?
They called it a 2.
Oh.
Must have had a foot on the line. Still a big shot, 35-28. I couldn't get a good look at it. Referee was right in front of it. Here's Hansen driving in. And nice left hand up and in, no good. She gets a rebound. Riley got hit right in the face, but they called a jump ball on it. I think, she kind of had the ball and then it kind of got bumped into her as they had alternate possession. So probably a good no call that time. But the ball goes back to Groton anyways. They're up 35-28, 5 in a row for the Tigers. 5:39 to go. Richardson back in the game now. She'll replace Hinseth. And we go back to that pressure. 3/4 court pressure by the Tanagers. Tigers have done a good job against it with quick passes. And Locke kind of has it. Swings it over. Now get it over. And thrown away that time. As I said that, quickly they turn it over. Roovers with it back the other way. And here she goes to her right. Driving on Locke. Kicks it out. That's a 2, I believe. Foot on the line. Great box out by Sydney. That's going to be a foul. Number 4 on Taylor Roovers. Just a hustle play, but that's why that reach in for number 3 in the second quarter so big, because if you have a hustle play like that, she gets her 4th. You don't have a choice at this stage. You got to keep her in and roll with it. Coach Brooks does it, making the right call there. Jerkalak brings it down, and she's looking to get it across, and does. Boy, Roovers just let her go right by her. She kind of has to do that. Richardson's got to be careful. She's got 3. Dunker up to Traphagen for 3. No good, but there's Dunker fighting another offensive rebound for Riley. Oh, has she just been huge these last 2 games. Wide open on her up now that Richardson picks her up. I wouldn't be surprised to go inside on that. With Richardson guarding her down there. Here's Traphagen, pull up, 16-footer, in and out, no good. And that time rebound Roovers. Nice job coming in and grabbing it. A lot of action, just couldn't get any reward that time for the Tigers down there. The Roovers going one-on-one. Jerkalak. Tigers done a pretty good job on her tonight. Kicks it over Hanson. Hanson with Dunker checking her. Here's Richardson. Here's Nelson who hit 1 3. Looking to hit another. Good time for a trap. She's driving in, kicks it out. Hanson going to drive in by Riley. Great help by Penning. Up, she stepped up. Just didn't, she had her momentum going forward just a bit. Tiger fans not liking the call, but that's Jaden's 4th foul. Big foul on her, more importantly. 2nd team foul for the Tigers. Only 1 for Vermillion, so they can be a little aggressive. Just everybody but number 11. Taylor Roovers, their best player, inbounds, and she's going to get it back and go in for the little floater there. Penny, nice job just sticking her hand straight up. Reline Riley Dunker. It's got to be 13 or so for her tonight. Here's Tarrant, had a chance for a 3. Wisely pulls it back out, and the Tigers will set it up and run some clock. Under 4 to go. Tigers up 7. Traphagen, dangerous pass. Penning was cutting, but she got the ball back. Here's a pass over to Sydney Locke. Jerica down low. Oh, past her. Knocked out of bounds, going to be Vermillion ball. Riley had the ball, it was kind of a low and hit Penning as the high person coming down, and great job by Marazia Warren. She's giving him good minutes and a lot of steals tonight, at least 3 or 4 extra possessions she's provided, and Roovers will bring it back across court. Looking to go one-on-one. Good help by Penning. Got to stay though, and kicks it out. Wide open shot for the fresh 8th grader. She hit 1. Warren another rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Sydney Locke on the rebound. Warren bailed out that time. She brought the ball down, and you're taught as a post player, don't bring the ball down. Usually they'll call that a jump, but she must have got an arm. Greg DeSpiegler right on that call. Long-time referee out of the Watertown area. Reffed a lot of big games, multiple state tournaments. All 3 of these officials have. Very fortunate to have a good crew tonight with good games that we have here. Inbounds to Roovers. Riley Dunker on her. She shoots a 3 over Riley and nails it. Ooh. We wondered when that was going to happen, Paul, and that happened right there. That's her first 3 tonight, but 9 points, 35-31, 3:20 to go.
That was a big 3, and that's her first 3 of the game.
Very, very, very big possession. You know, that Warren got him that offensive rebound on the other side, and you know, now you're staring up at that board, 35-31. The Tigers with 3 team fouls, and now you got a couple foul shots for Roovers, and now you got a 3 that goes in, and you know, Groton needs to keep scoring. They have to keep scoring offensively. They had some good looks. They just need to be patient with that zone and keep swinging the ball and attacking it. The high-low is there. You need the bounce pass instead of the chest pass. The bounce pass, the defense can't get to that one the way they're playing it. They're getting their hands in the passing lanes, Vermillion is. And they call timeout. We'll see what they come out with this here. I honestly might be tempted to try to get that 5th foul on Roovers here. If she goes out of the game, that's going to change things drastically for Vermillion. She got 4 fouls along with Jaden Penning. Jaden's still in the game. Tigers inbound, and it's going to be back to that press.
Kella Tracy's got 4 fouls as well.
Yeah. Kella hasn't been in since she picked her 4th up. Here it goes. Let's see what they do. They go cross court to Riley down low. Puts it up and in. Great pass by Jerica Locke. Half court pass to Riley Dunker. And that was just two seniors who have played a lot of basketball together coming through. Ruvers trying to drive. She's looking to get a shot put up again. Riley should stay out on her. And the pass to the corner. Here's Richardson up to Hanson. Hanson's looking to shoot the three. She might be dinged a little bit. Gets up, does Ruvers and gets the ball, gets it back to Hanson. Hanson looking to drive, traveled. Oh, she just tried to fake to her right and tried coming back to her left and shuffled her feet. Ruvers looked like she might have turned her ankle.
I wonder if she was kind of looking for a play, because she snapped that pretty quick there.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't be surprising to see her just be down and kind of fake and then get up and go. I mean, that's a smart play. Looking again, this time gets it across to Sydney Locke. She brings it across, trap coming. Sydney, great job of keeping her dribble, and unfortunately runs into Warren and turns the ball over to Nelson, the 8th grader. Back come the Tanagers the other way, trailing by 6. Stay out on her, don't let her have a three. She shoots it, Ruvers off front rim. Great box out by Sydney Locke that time. And Warren with another steal. That's got to be 5 possessions she's earned her. And now going right in, Duffa right off the leg of Penning, loose ball. Back the other way, down to the ground. They're going to have a jump ball, but it's going to Vermillion. Smart play, or do we get a timeout? Smart play call by the coach John Brooks that time.
And I think Vermillion called the timeout.
They did. He found Eric Donut, the referee, and called the timeout. And they're going to have a full timeout, so they didn't lose possession. They still have 24 in the shot clock. More importantly, that was going to be a jump ball, which would have kept the possession arrow with them. That's one of those things, Paul, you want to keep your, going your direction late in the game, maybe in the minute.
Yeah, it'd be nice
to
get that jump ball call to get the arrow switched.
It would have been there because they're so far from the basket, but a smart play calling that timeout. And I don't know how many they have left here. They have one timeout, I believe, left. Is that on the board? Am I reading that correctly up there? They have one timeout on.
I don't think we have that on our scoreboard, actually.
Well, I think it's the bottom where we have 3 on the bottom number. On the far left, on the far right, they have 1 down there. I believe they have one timeout left.
That's fouls.
No, the right,
I
to
see.
the right
I see.
of the fouls.
Way
there,
in the
Paul.
bottom and the middle.
Yeah, right in the bottom. I believe that's the timeouts, if I'm reading that correctly.
Nope, that's the number of fouls in the quarter. 3 and 1. Because we got 3 fouls.
Well, then I don't know how
and
many
timeouts. We have 1 here.
They got to be getting close to being out of timeouts. I know that because they've used a handful of them. But great action.
Oh, Vermillion's going to have to require a little bit more time to get the ball down court again.
Here comes Ruvers bringing the ball down against Locke. Jerica's done a pretty good job. She goes around, kicks it in the corner. Hanson passes up the 3, drives in on Dunker, shoots up a nice left-handed shot, doesn't go. Rebound Sydney Locke. Around 3 girls and gets fouled. Nope, they call timeout by Coach Locke. And Groton will have the ball under the Vermillion basket, having to go the length of the court without being able to run the baseline.
1:55 to go. Ooh, we're getting down towards the end here.
37-31 Groton. Boy, another basket you just feel is needed by Groton. They're going to need to score at least maybe once or twice more in this one. Vermillion keep pressing. I tell you, the girl that's really kept them in the game, obviously you look at the 11 points by Hanson, but Marazia Warren, and you expect that out of your seniors. They have 3 seniors, and she's the only one really that's played significant minutes, and she has come up huge in this game, giving them extra possessions, at least 4 or 5, with her hustle plays and with her rebounds. And she's really been a difference that's kept them in the game. Without her, this game probably would be over at this stage. But she's just done a lot hustle plays for them, and we're coming out of the timeout now. It looks like it's going to be Penning going to inbound. See if they extend that pressure to full court. They have to be careful because a foul by Ruvers right now, and she's gone. They're going to go full court, man-to-man. This is going to be danger time for Vermillion. They have to play smart. But danger time for the Tigers, too. They're going to have to get the ball inbounds, and they do to Jerica Locke, and she comes right down, and she goes right through the defense, and will pull it up, picks up her dribble, gets it to Penning, and gets it right back. Great job by Jerica Locke. And a pass over to Penning. Penning over to Dunker. Dunker on the far wing. Gets no screen, but Riley with her ball. The ball dribbles it over. Sydney Locke with it. Gets it over Traphagen. Wide open 3. Passes it up. Wisely so. 10 on the clock. Tigers got to get moving now. Here goes Jerica. Let's see, she trying to go on Richardson. Great defense by Richardson. She goes all the way to the hoop for a left-hand layup and puts it in. Jerica Locke, boy, that couldn't have been drawn up any better by Coach Matt Locke. Jerica Locke through the defense and puts it in. Tigers up 8, 1:15 to go. Here's Hanson. She's got to get a quick basket. Drives in, and we're going to get a foul. And it's only the 4th team foul, but that's the 3rd on Taryn Traphagen. Kella Tracy coming back in the game. Next foul for the Tigers. Vermillion will be shooting. Coach Locke hollering from the other side. He and Justin Hansen yelling no fouls. Inbounds to Hansen. She goes on Dunker one-on-one. Picks up her dribble, gets it back. Roovers wants to shoot this. Now she's going to drive, gets it back. Hansen, that's a big 3-4 out of the corner, and she hits it. Huge three, lead down to 5, gets it into Jerica Locke. Roovers on her, doing her best not to foul, trying to dribble it up into a trap. They had it, but they don't. Richardson backs off it. And here goes Locke. She's just going to dribble with 45 seconds, 22 on the shot clock. Tigers can just keep dribbling for now and keep playing keep away. Oh, dangerous pass. There's Hansen again. Or I'm sorry, that was Warren again. Almost another steal. Pass to Penny. Warren jumping it. Got 14 on the clock, 39-34, 36.4 to go in the game.
Tracy comes out with her 4 fouls.
Tigers trying to survive, going offense for defense here. Tanager's coming in and replacing. No, we're going to get a timeout. Warren's coming out. We got a full timeout. Paul, might be a good time to take a break. 36.4 to go. Our Tigers up 39-34.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
We're back here at the Groton Gymnasium. What a girls' game this has turned into here. Paul, we said Groton girls needed this, keep this game in the 30s and 40s. 36.4 seconds to go, and they're not only have the game in the 30s, but they're up 39-34 with the ball. And plenty of timeouts left too, so now we got to be careful that we don't turn the ball over on the inbounds pass with the timeouts in your back pocket. Second buzzer sounds, and Vermillion coming out of the timeout. Coming down. What a game it's been so far. Well, you look up that board, 9 points for their best player, Taylor Roovers. Great job defensively by the Tigers tonight, but you got to close it out here. And looking to get the ball into Locke, and we do. 13 seconds to shoot for the Tigers. And she's going to go 1-on-2, and she got to go now. 8 on the clock. She drives in again all the way, gets her shot blocked. Teets has it out to Traphagen for 3 as the clock is about to expire. Hits the front of the rim on the ground. Here's our jump ball. Boy, if we could have had that one earlier, Paul, we'd retain possession. But anyways, whatever the deal, the Tigers will give up the ball, but only 19.4 seconds to go in a 2-possession game. Teets comes out, Kella Tracy back in. I would get full court pressure up there. Don't let them, well, they have to pass it in anyways. Now they're backing off, and let's see what she does. See if Roovers goes to the hoop, pushes off, shoots a 3 short, airballed it, and saved. Nope, a foot on the line. Great hustle that time by Richardson. And the Tigers, 10.6 to go. Back out Tracy, back in the game. Teets, offense for defense here. Just a better ball handler. Block trying to get the ball and gets it. Good time for a trap. Here it is. You're going to get a reach-in foul. Problem Vermillion has with 8.2 on the clock. That's only their second team foul. So Groton has, if they can just inbounds the ball and take the foul, they're going to win this game, Paul.
Yep.
Penning will inbound. Ooh, had Dunker deep. Instead, just gets it into Sydney Locke, and he got a fouler. Got a fouler, and the 8th grader, number 15, Tessa Nelson, does. Takes almost 3 seconds off the clock, and it's still only their 3rd team foul. Tigers still have one more before they can shoot. You almost need to foul immediately when she catches the pass, whoever it is. There it is, Jerica, nobody near her. They switched, and foul's going to be on number 10. That's going to be Alexis Hansen. That's only going to be her 2nd foul, but 2 more seconds, precious seconds come off the clock. And that time what happened was on the inbounds, Vermillion switched, and they are able to get the ball to Jerica, and now they have one more. 3.1 left, and there's the inbound knocked out of bounds by Nelson.
Took a little bit of time off the clock.
0.6 seconds came off the clock. We are playing in Groton. And here's the inbounds, and there it is to Jerica, and they quickly foul her. and wisely kept Roovers away from that. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for Vermillion to win the game, but I tell you what, when you have a young team like they have, hats off to their coach. They did not quit one bit in this game. They played as hard as they've been played all game long. They could have rolled over when they were down 10, and they didn't. They came all the way back, almost got the lead. First shot for Jericho is up and in. Makes it 40-34, 1.6 to go. So the Lady Tigers are going to get a big win. That'll be 4 in a row for them. Back-to-back big wins over Lemon Tuesday, now over a really good ranked Vermillion, or receiving votes Vermillion team. And that ends it. Second fall shot was good, and your final score,
Wow.
Groton 41, Vermillion 34. Impressive display. Do you have everything totaled up already?
Are you kidding?
I thought you did, but go ahead.
I did some stuff here, but
impressive.
Well, yeah, it was a great win for the Tigers. All right, I'm going to concentrate on my scoring here.
Well, I think the biggest one there is going to be their best player, Taylor Roovers, who's been averaging 30-plus points a game. And I don't have any official stats on that, but from what the boys' coach said, she scores about 30 to 35 a game. She is quite a player, and she didn't disappoint tonight. She just had an off game. I think the Tigers frustrated her with their defense. She got into foul trouble. It took a little away from her aggressiveness, and by the time it was all said and done, I think she ended up with like 9 points, and it's definitely going to be a season low for that girl.
She had 11.
She can play. 11. That's still going to be a season low. That girl can play. But for Coach Matt Locke, he's going to be thrilled when he comes up here with the interview, because that was as good of a complimentary basketball as you're going to see, where offense, defense, everybody contributed. The bench came in and contributed good minutes for him. It was just a all-around really good game for Groton, probably the best game they've played all year long.
I think in this particular game, free throws were a big key for us. We were 10 out of 14, and they were 2 out of 5.
Well, we've had games this year where that wasn't the case, and we didn't shoot foul shots very well, and some games got away from us because of it. Some games kept teams in it because of it. But tonight, just a good win against a really good team. Paul still tallying up his stats. Exciting game down the stretch, too. You love to see your girls make the big plays. You saw Jericho Locke drive in with time winding down on the shot clock in a perfect possession. They run the clock all the way down and put it up. And even the possessions where they didn't score, Taryn Trapp-Hagen's 3 down the stretch, they used all the clock. She shot that with 1 in the shot clock. You take 34 seconds off when it's a multiple possession game. That makes it hard to come back, especially when they only had 1 team foul at the time. Vermillion had to just waste time fouling down the stretch. So, all right, Paul.
Well, Taryn Trapp-Hagen was our leading scorer with 4 3-pointers, and she finishes with 12 points. Jericho Locke had 10 points. Riley Dunker had 9. Jaden Penning 7. And Sydney Locke's got 3. The Tigers were 13 out of 42, shooting for 31%. From the line, as I said, they were 10 out of 14 for 71%. We had 15 team fouls. Now, this is a stat that kind of perplexes me, is that we had 20 turnovers. And we still won by, 7 points. For Vermillion, Alexis Hanton led them with 14 points. Taylor Roovers has got 11. And then after that, Tessa Nelson 3, Izzy Richardson 2, Shaylin Henseth 2, and Marissa Warren's got 2. They were 13 out of 46 shooting for 28%. 2 out of 5 from the line for 40%, had 14 team fouls and only 9 turnovers.
Wow. That surprises me, Paul, because I thought they would have had a lot more than that just by how the game was played. But, I think, Groton was just trying to make it so as hard on Roovers as possible. Make it hard get a hand in her face when she shoots a 3. Make it hard on her when she drives. She had a couple drives where she went in and she thought she was going to get the call and didn't. And I think it kind of took it out of her a little bit in the first half. It knocked her off her game for sure. But she's such a good player. You can just see the skills. Some girls, you can just see the skills. And that girl has skills. And she is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next 3 years as she's only a sophomore. But hats off to the Tigers. That was a game that I think when you look at it, you kind of wondered, maybe it was a good matchup for them with the pressure they put on and against a younger team. But you still got to come out and do it. And you got to make the plays. And tonight they didn't make the plays defensively only. They also did it on the offensive end. And that's something they haven't been able to do. We've seen stretches where they go and can't make a shot. And And tonight they didn't have those droughts. They had a spot where Vermillion rattled off 5 or 6 in a row, but then we got a big shot or a big 3 or something, or somebody got fouled and made the foul shots. They really kind of put an end to the run, and that helps a lot.
And here comes Coach Locke, so I'll give you my headset.
Coach, I don't know how much of your voice is left after that game. What a thrilling, exciting victory over a really good Vermillion team tonight.
Yeah, voices heal, so we'll be all right.
Well, I tell you what, you came out with the plan, obviously, tonight was to just make it as hard as possible on Taylor Roovers, and you did, holding her to what is definitely going to be a season-low 11 points.
So she had 11?
She had 11.
I thought she was at 9. Yeah, no, and it took a total team to do that. I mean, that girl she's got handles, man.
Oh.
And she's smooth and herky-jerky, and she's a good basketball player, but Kel and Jerka did a real good job on her, and we did a real good job of helping and doubling when we needed to and getting back and help. A couple times where we did exactly what we were supposed to do. I think it was Sydney down here one time. Got 10 on the first pick, and we knew that she could shoot it, so Sydney came up on her. She kicked it to the corner, and I don't know who made the 3-15, I think.
Yeah, that was the 8th
but
grader.
That's how they were taught. That's how we taught them, is we weren't going to let her beat us if we could do anything about it.
And that succeeded tonight. You know, the other thing that really was impressive tonight was the work on the offensive glass. I mean, boy, your girls just went after the ball. And it wasn't just the big girls inside. Your guards went in there. You had to have at least 10 or 12 extra possessions off offensive rebounds.
Yeah, if we make a few more baskets, we wouldn't have to get rest offensive rebounds. But we'll take it. You know, offensive possessions are possessions, and we need them. So,
yeah. You know, that was exciting, particularly how you're able to get her into foul trouble, Roovers, and how you're still able to attack her and then get the 4th foul on her early.
Yeah, I thought she had a couple more offensive fouls too, but that's for me and those guys down in there in the Zebras to discuss. But no, you know, I think we had her frustrated, and I know, you know, there was one time where she was down here and she didn't even want to get off the floor since she was that tired. So, you know, but she's a good player, and she's going to get hers. It's just I think a lot of them were contested.
They were.
So her fatigue, I think, did have some factor tonight.
I really thought Kella Tracy's extra length on the three-point shot bothered her, but hey, I tell you what, you've got to be thrilled with Taryn Traphag and her shooting tonight. 4 huge three-point shots that the first 3 got you back into the lead, and then the 4th one really kind of put things away a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you know, we've always said Taryn's got all the ability in the world. She can she can shoot the ball from out there. She can take it to the hole better than she's taking it to the hole too. But, you know, I mean, we run a lot of stuff for her to try and get an open 3. So,
but she had some offensive rebounds tonight.
Yeah, she was coming flying, and they're high pointing the ball. And now we can just get her to gather and go up with it.
Right.
You know, but we've always kind of taught them, if you get an offensive rebound, 9 times out of 10 we turn it over on the shot or whatever we do. So let's just take it out and start over. But
yeah. Well, Coach, I tell you what, a win over a top 10 team for sure. You got to be happy about that and just take the momentum into the next one.
Yep, yeah, we were. It was a big game for us. We needed to beat somebody from down there, you know, from down south, and just kind of show everybody that we can play with them. So,
well, you showed that tonight and more tonight for sure.
Now we get going on the big grind. 6, 8, 10, 12 we go.
You got 6, 8, 10, 12?
January 6th, 8th, 10th, and 12th. 4 in a
Oh,
row,
boy.
4 away.
Oh, boy. Well, Road Warriors, you know.
We're going to see what we're made of.
Yeah, you'll find out early. Congratulations, Coach Locke.
Thanks, guys.
That was Coach Matt Locke. Thrilled with his team's performance. Perhaps not with the 4 games in 8 days, but that's okay. That happens sometimes with schedule makers. So, Paul, you want to send us off on this one, and then we'll go to a break and get ready for the next one.
We'll get the boys link all set up here, so we'll be back.